we've been linked with this guy for quite a while, but we're leading the race to sign him. I don't know what that means, to be honest. I know Newcastle as well, so apparently we're above Newcastle, but there's been no talks or whatever by neither clubs. But yes, apparently Arsenal have taken the lead, signed Moussa Diaby. Many sources have pointed this. I think the one actually came out, which is pretty reliable, is L'Equipe. L'Equipe. They don't usually get things wrong. I mean, they're very popular over there in France. But yeah, look, actually, according to L'Equipe, Arsenal have taken the lead over Newcastle to sign Bayer Leverkusen winner Moussa Diaby this summer. The Frenchman is one of the best winners in the Bundesliga, and Leverkusen are prepared to sell him for 65 million. 65 million. This is a hefty price tag for this guy. L'Equipe claim Arsenal and Newcastle are running to sign the 23-year-old, but the Gunners have taken the lead in the race over the past few weeks. On what basis have we taken the lead? How can someone tell me how we've taken the lead? Because neither clubs are in talk with the player. There's no bid been put in place. So how are we in front of Newcastle when neither team have done nothing yet? It don't make sense, does it? Swap deal. Oh, this is probably why then. It could be the swap deal. My bad, guys. Maybe it's a swap deal. That's why we're leading the race. Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka has been sorted to join Leverkusen this summer, and the deal will go through as soon as the Gunners find a suitable replacement for the Swiss international. This could work in the North London club's favour. Arsenal could use Xhaka in a potential player plus cash move for Diaby, who's been on their radar since, I remember we was linked with this guy in January. We was honestly linked with this guy in January. Arteta's side made an attempt to land the winner earlier this year, but were put off by the 88th. What? That is some mad money for a player like him. 88 million. That's like 90. Let's call it 89, 90 mil price tag for this player. That's taking a mick. That is. They now have an opportunity to sign him for much less. That's good then. Diaby has the ability to play on either flank. Yeah, he's got the versatility, exactly, but he could be seen as a competitor to Bukayo Saka on the right wing next campaign. Saka's been undisputed starter for Arsenal in the position towards the back end of last season. The academy graduate suffered a dip in form, but Arteta had no suitable backup for him. Spanish head coach may want to avoid this situation next season. Diaby would be a quality depth choose for Saka, and he could be used in a rotation when Arteta decides to rest the Englishman. Next season could be more challenging for Arsenal with the club's return to the Champions League. Arteta may not have the luxury of resting these key players, unlike the Europa League. Exactly, we won't be. If people think we can compete in the Champions League with this squad, then you're off your nut. This could add up to the fatigue and possibility increase of the risk of injuries. Diaby, who's accumulated 14 goals and 11 assists with Leverkusen last season, would be a fantastic signing for Arsenal. That is obviously Moussa Diaby, guys. The only reason why we are leading the race to the sky is apparently because we could get a swap deal for Granit Xhaka plus cash, obviously, as well. But my thoughts on this guy, I've heard of him, and I'll be honest, I don't watch Bundesliga. I think I spoke about him before. I think we looked at his stats before, didn't we? In the Bundesliga, he scored 14 goals and 11 assists, which is decent for him as a winner as well. To be fair, it's a Bundesliga, so make whatever you want out of that. What's your thoughts on Bundesliga, guys? He played in the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich wins every single season. Pretty much, it's called a Farmers League for a reason, isn't it? But the point is, guys, I reckon if we were to get this guy, it would be definitely, in terms of the price tag. Firstly, it will be 65 million. I reckon 65 million. I don't see it being that price tag which I wanted in January, which is 88 million. And they're taking a mick. You know what I mean? I don't think it's worth that. I mean, he's young. He's 23. He's very versatile. Can play on either wing. So that's one of the main reasons why we want him. Why is Caicedo popping up, mate? We're not getting you Caicedo anymore because Arsenal are pussies. But yeah, look, the point is, right, Diaby, I don't know about this guy, guys. And if people do watch Diaby if anyone does watch Diaby, anyone knows about this player more in depth than I do, then please let me know and please let me know what you guys think about him. But for me, right, yes, we need a depth there, 100%. We need a depth from the wins, definitely. It shouldn't be our main priority because I don't think it is our main priority. But with Saka, and we saw how much Saka played week in, week out last season, guys. It was crazy. Every single game he was playing. And look, he's world class. He deserves it, yeah. But there's a point where you got to look at him and be like, yeah, maybe we're overplaying him a little bit. And that showed when he sort of died out and wasn't at his best towards the end of the season, towards them last 6-7 games. I noticed a difference in Saka. His quality, his theme as well. He always looked tired. And that's mainly because we didn't have another option. Because we loaned out Nicolas Pepe to Nice. We loaned out Marquinhos to Norwich. And obviously Nelson was always coming off the bench. So we didn't have really another option for him to start. So I understand that we need depth in that position. Do we go for someone like Moussa Diaby, though, guys? Do we go for someone like Moussa Diaby, or do we go and get someone like a Leroy Sané, for example, a Wilfred Zaha on a free transfer? Because I look at the depth on the left-hand side. You know, you've got the likes of Martinelli, who will be definitely starting next season as a main starter. Trossard behind him as well. So yeah, maybe a left winger, Leroy Sané. That'd be sorted. That'd be good. Right-hand side, we've got Saka, Nelson. Pepe's going to be leaving. So I understand, yeah, we do want him, but for me, I would prefer other alternatives. I would prefer other alternatives, in my opinion. This is only because I've not seen the guy fully. It's only because I'm not seeing the guy fully yet to suggest. I mean, look, he's played the Champions League a few times. He's played for the French squad a few times. Got called up recently for France, I'm pretty sure as well. I think he might play. I could be wrong, but did he play yesterday against Gibraltar? I think they played Gibraltar, didn't they? I could be wrong. I think he could have been in the squad, but the point is Newcastle won him, right? And I do see this happening. This is realistically, I do see Arsenal going for this guy. But I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, right, so if we want to smash 65 million on this guy, yeah, and we want to smash another 65 million on Havertz, and then obviously 100 million on Declan Rice, what is going to be, is that going to be it? Because realistically, do you see this football card? Because we've apparently reportedly only been given 200 million to spend this summer. Many sources report saying that Stan Kroenke has only given Ante and Edu 200 million to spend in the summer. Well, 100 of that's gone already from Declan Rice. And I don't know what's going on with that, by the way. What is going on with Declan Rice? There's been no news there whatsoever about a second bid. But say we're going to get Declan Rice for over 100 million, yeah? Straight away. Right? But then we want Havertz for about 65 million, because we're going to talk about Havertz in a minute, guys. Bear with me. Havertz for about 65 million. And then this guy for about 65 million as well. But then we know we need more positions. And we know we need another striker. We know we need another defender, another right back. And midfield alongside Declan Rice as well. So realistically, what's happening if Arsenal, because we've been linked with this guy since January, by the way, and that January is about 88 million. If we really want to get this guy, we're going to have to